Hi guys, today we are going to learn about setting up and using NPM Feed on Azure Devops portal. Okay, and what is Azure Devops? Azure Devops is an application lifetime management or application lifecycle management tool where right from the ideation of a project or product, requirements, all the user stories, implementation, development, deployment, and all these kind of activities can be taken place. This is just a one-stop store where we can achieve everything from a project management side. Okay, so let's start with creating and setting up a NPM feed on the Azure DevOps portal. So I have logged in into my Azure DevOps portal account. Okay, so this is my account. It's Better Systems. So let me get into that Better Systems project. Great, we are there. So what is the first step when creating an NPM feed? Guys, step is we have to create a NPM feed on this DevOps portal. Okay, and what is NPM? NPM is nothing but Node Package Manager, and a NPM feed means a feed or the repository which contains the Node Package Manager packages or the NPM packages. Okay, so how do we start with that? Let's go to the artifacts. Okay, so we are going to create our first feed. So click on either create feed over here or on the home page. Sorry, over here. Okay, so let's give a name. So I'll say mine -npm. Well, that's a pretty name. So there are some things we need to observe here. First of all, for what project we are creating this feed? Yeah, this is for the Better Systems project. And visibility. The people who are active members of this project, this Azure DevOps project, Manoj Bedre, they can access this feed. Okay, and there is an option to include external people also or external members also. Okay, so there is another option called specific people to whom you can invite into this Azure DevOps portal and they can access this feed. It's up to your requirements, my dear friends. So currently I would like to go with the visibility of members of my project. So whoever I add to my project or whoever the active members of my project, they will be able to access this NPM feed in order to upload their NPM packages and download their NPM packages. Upstream sources. Well, upstream sources is nothing but including packages from the common public sources. For example, there are so many public sources, and one such example is npmjs.org or npm.org, which is a public source which contains most of the open source as well as paid libraries which are created for npm. Okay, during the development we are not only creating our own libraries but we are making use of these public libraries also. So don't forget to check these upstream sources and click on the button create. That's great. We have created our npm feed successfully. You can see into this drop down, my dear friends. That's what my npm feed. Okay, so what's the next step? Step is connect to this feed. After that, go to the npm and select npm. Okay, the moment we enter this screen, we can see that there are some information being populated. Okay, and what are those information or the instructions? First thing, what it says is that add a .npm-rc to your project in the same directory as your package.json. My dear friends, we usually end up creating npm packages for most of the node frameworks. It may be React, it may be Angular, it may be Vue, etc., which is basically implemented on the Node.js platform. Okay, so what is the requirement in order to publish your NPM libraries to the NPM feeds? First of all, you should have a .npm rc file to your project. That means when I create a Angular project or an Angular library, what I have to do is I need to go to the projects directory where the package.json file exists. Okay, at this level, I need to add this .npm rc file. And what are the contents of this npm rc file? Most of the time, my dear friends, and always, it will be a registry. And what is that registry? That registry simply points to the feed URL that just now we have created. As you can see here, this URL contains the my npm feed name. Okay, so basically what the use of this URL is that when you try to push your npm packages to this newly created my npm feed, you will be asked for the authentication of yourself. Okay, you need to perform authentication by supplying your credentials, and Azure Devops will check whether the particular user belongs to this project or not. If you are actual member of this project, then you will be allowed to push your packages and download the packages. Okay, so security is integrated at its basic level. And what else? Always auth, this particular attribute has been set to true. It's a good practice. Make the members of your Azure portals to always authenticate themselves in order to access the packages or the libraries being pushed to your npm feed. Guys, when you navigate to this URL, you will find something which contains the bare minimum information which is required to authenticate yourself into the Azure DevOps portal. Let me show that. So, what is the next step that we need to perform? Okay, as you can see in the project setup section, they're saying that once you add .npm rc file to project with these details, the next step is run vsts npm auth command line utility to get an Azure artifact token added to your user level .npm rc file. Guys, the user level .npm rc file is usually your user directory where it will create a .npm rc file. There are many levels where we can create a .npm rc files. Usually, by default, it will be created at the user level, but if we want it to be customizable, then we must add it at our project levels or at our library levels. Okay, I will show that in a short time. So let's go through these steps which tells us what we need to do. Okay, so basically in order to generate an authorization token, we need to run this vsts npm auth command. Okay, and what are the next steps? Simply make a npm install, and it will install all the basic libraries referenced by your Angular or any project which is based on Node.js will automatically download all those dependencies. And in order to publish any of your custom libraries, just use the command npm publish. I will go through each and every step clearly, and yes, we will understand all these things in detail. Okay, so we are done with creating our npm feed successfully. So now let's go to the Microsoft Visual Studio Code and create a Angular workspace, and then we will create an Angular library. Let's start with that, guys. So let's create an workspace. So what's the command? ng new. Let's save my workspace. And with the switch hyphen hyphen create dash application equals to false. I don't want application to be created while creating my workspace. That's why I'm preferring this command. So let's use command. This will create my workspace. So Angular is adding some core dependencies. So let it add that. Well, the CLI has done with creating a workspace. Now change to the directory my workspace. Okay, so we are in our workspace directory now. Clear it everything. Now let's create an Angular library. So what's the command? Ng generate library, and let's call it my library. Well, that's it. Well and good. Our library has been created with all necessary dependencies. So let's go to the next step of creating the .npm rc file. I told you, my dear friends, that there should be one .npm rc file either at the user level or at the project level. Now we are creating a new library, so we should add this .npm rc file at the project level. Let's go to this directory, that is my workspace, and there we will create an .npm rc file. Let me go there, see my Angular library, my workspace, and yes, my dear friends, can you see the package.json exists here? So here we need to add a .npm rc file. And one more thing to mention here, that if the application that uses the new library that I had created, my library, then it's mandatory to add one .npm rc file at this workspace level so that you can manage most of your build management through this folder and any custom scripts that you would like to add for building and packaging your libraries. So I'm not going with that. So I'm straight away trying to add an npm library to the Azure NPM feed. So what I will do is I will go to the projects folder, mylib. So I would like to add the .npmrc file at this library level. So go ahead and add a .npmrc file over here. Say text document and .npmrc. Yes, we have created it successfully. Now edit it. It's empty. Okay. Now, come to the connect to feed page where we were initially after creating our NPM. Guys, the only thing we got to do here is copy particular content over here and paste it into a .npmrc file. Okay, anyone who would like to access our npm feed, he must authenticate to the our DevOps portal project, and we have mentioned that with always auth equals to true. Okay, so let's move to the Visual Studio Code and now generate authorization token for the newly created .npm rc. So let's go to the my library directory, cd projects, and then cd mylib. Super. I mean, yeah, I should be able to see this npm rc file. So at this level, I need to issue a command as I had explained, that is vsts npm auth config dot npmrc. So basically what it does, it will read the field URL from .npmrc file and it will try to generate an authorization token. Let's issue this command. Well, it seems that I have not installed vsts npm auth, this particular command, in my Angular CLI environment. So let's go ahead and install that. Pretty simple, my dear friend. Let's go to the get to. Well, as you can see the description, to use npm packages, get npm and the npm and the vsts npm auth helper. Okay, so what I need to do is, as the first step, download node.js and npm. As this step has been done from my side, I have installed the node and the npm. So what the next step I need to follow is I have to install this vsts npm auth. So copy it and run from Visual Studio Code. Well, the npm is installing the vsts npm auth. Okay, added one package successfully. So now this time if I issue the command to generate the token, it should succeed. Well, as you can see, my dear friends, creating npmrc file at, as you can see, at my user directory, that's users manjushri.npmrc, the user level.npmrc file now being created. Okay. Okay, well and good. The VST npm auth command line now asking for the user credentials in order to generate the auth token. So guys, just give your Azure Devops portal login credentials. In my case, I will give mine and sign in. Well, the command has succeeded, and if you want to check whether an authorization token has been created or not, just go to the user level.npmrc file, and yes, as you can see, the username and the auth token has been generated. Yes. Okay. So once this is done, let's move forward to the next step of publishing our library to the NPM feed. Well, so the next step is we need to make some changes in the package.json file of my library. So let's locate that my library. Okay, and in the Explorer, I can locate it here. Okay, now let's do some changes. over here. First thing is we need to add the repository URL to the package.json. Let me do that. I have modified the package.json of the my library that we had created. What I have done, I have added a name, that's my library, version, description, what this library does, license, if you want to add any licensing related information to this section, and the most important is a repository. Usually repositories are a type of Git in most of the times. And the URL is the most important thing where you need to mention the NPM Feed URL that DevOps has created for us. Guys, this is the URL I'm saying about. Okay, this URL needs to be there in this URL property of this package.json. Okay, there's one more interesting fact about creating the library is that we usually use custom registry names. Okay, now what I have explained is when I created a .npmrc file, you can see that I have added a registry. This is a kind of global registry, but in most of the good practices that is being followed in software industry, what they do is whenever they create an Angular library, they will create the custom registry. Let me show you how a custom registry look like. Okay, well, it's nothing but simply having an @ piece. Guys, you would have seen that whenever you download any third-party libraries or most of the Angular libraries, you would have seen they will start with @Angular/code @Angular/common. So this @Angular is called a custom registry key. So what I've done is in my case I have added @bs. You can add whatever suits your project name or the functionality of the requirement. Okay, so that is done. And one more thing I need to change is that the moment I added a custom registry name, I must include it into the name of my library. Okay, so let's do that now. So add @ps and a slash. Well, that's pretty good. Now, what have we done is we have created a .npmrc file with the custom registry name. Okay, and we have updated the package.json file with the required information. Don't need, there's no need to disturb the peer dependencies, my dear friends. It is managed by the npm itself, so don't disturb this. Whenever we want to make any enhancement to this library and whenever we do add new functionality to these new libraries, we may need to extend the version or increment the version. So where we do that, simply come here and bump the version numbers. For now, it's the initial version, so 001. So as you go on adding various features, keep on increasing this number. Okay, that's a good practice. Now, once all the changes have been made, so let me build my library. What's the command? It's ng build my my library. Well, the package has been built successfully, as we can see here. Built my web package. Okay, build Angular package. So if we want to test the library we have created, of course, we can issue the ng test command. And if we want to perform any kind of static code analysis, we can issue the lint commands also. Okay, so let me try the ng my library. Well, the test has been successful and Karma says that my library works. That's it. Okay, so as you can see, my lib component should create a screen and my lib service should create a screen. Okay, these two tests were just the skeletons, that's why they passed. So let's stop this. Well, I issued the static code analysis, that is ng link to my library, and as you can see, all files passed the linting. Super guys, once we confirm that our library is building successfully and all the tests associated with the libraries have passed and there are no link related issues, the next thing is we have to build the library in the production mode. Okay, so what's the command? Ng build my hyphen prod, because when we upload our libraries they should be built into the production mode. Oops, error. Once, yeah, I have built the library into prod mode. Okay, so please navigate to your workspace's dist slash mylib folder. So where is it located? Let me show you that. That is your workspace directory, and in the workspace directory you can see that a dist folder is created. Inside that a my library folder has been created, my dear friends. So just navigate to that path and issue an npm publish. Okay. If all configurations, everything is correct, then this package should be published to our newly created feed. Well, so guys, I issue the publish command, okay, over here, npm publish. And as you people can see that, okay, the library has been created, package was created. As you can see, all the contents of this tarball over here, okay, all the minified JS files, everything is dumped into that tarball. And as you can see, the name is here, version, the package size, unpackaged size, is some integrity and everything. Now this has been successfully uploaded, so we can check into our Azure DevOps feed now. Okay, so if you go there, yes, the @bs slash my hyphen lib library has been uploaded to our DevOps feed. So this is how we will create the libraries and we will place them into one place when it comes to Azure DevOps portal. So it is very easy to download all these packages from this feed, because this feed has the access to load all the dependencies of this particular custom library by having access to all the public sources. So this is what we had planned today, my dear friends. And yes, we were able to publish the library to the Azure DevOps portal. So that's it for today, and we will meet again on the new topics. Thank you.